I've been working on my Gauss fashion for a while. Small iterations here and there. Dude, I love the Cyandana. I think the Cyandana is looking so nice. The colors look so good. I feel like we need an ephemera change though. I'm torn between, cause like I want like these hints of pink. If I go Frostfall, that gives me like a nice subtle pink like overshield that blends so nice with all the gold. But the tails, they have just, I don't know. I have a couple things that I need to do today. And some of them we're going to be linking up with some friends to do. I hit up my boy Flynn. We're gonna do a couple things together. I got to get the Dex Cyberus from the anniversary mission. It's going to be very, very important. I also need to run a couple of activities. I need to do a Kullervo run. It's Anger, Fear, Sorrow, right? So Kullervo's up right now. He's also going to be up in an hour. So I'm not in a huge rush to get that done. And then I also need to do the Patient Zero side quest. I don't know if this is a good side quest or not. Some of the side quests in Warframe have been exceptional. Like, we've touted how they've been as good as main story quests. Others, Sans Veneros, have not been quite as exhilarating. Find out what the Corpus know about LNB. I will find that out right now.
Tenno, this goes deeper than I thought. Alad V has gotten his hands on another Warframe. If he can infest...
How? How does he keep getting Warframes, bro? Wait, is Mesa the one who he has his hands on? Is Mesa... Wait, I thought Nidus was the infested Warframe.
You will see the beauty and perfection of this new species. Counter, evolve with me.
This guy's like the one doctor in Clone Wars who wanted to release the Blue Shadow virus. Do you switch between Warframe and D2 because you get tired of one or the other? Because you want to play both a ton and can't choose? I wouldn't really say I get like bored of Warframe or bored of Destiny. It's just kind of, it's like, hey, Destiny just released episode Heresy and they got Guardian Games going on and there's this GM that drops this weapon that I really want. So I'm going to do all this stuff. And then, you know, the next week it's like, oh, Warframe has their anniversary event going on, and they got Tech Rod Encore, and they have like these new weapons for me to get, so I'm gonna do that stuff, and it's like, it's kind of, I love both games. Let's see what we got now. Equipment, 752 out of 756. We're missing 3 login weapons and Dex Furious, which I should be able to get like somewhat soon, since it's anniversary event going on right now. Sabotage Alad V's infested ship. Didn't I literally just do this? Wait, am I crazy? Didn't I just do this? Okay, so is this quest just 4 missions of killing hives? Yo, this place is looking kind of like a disco.
I'm disappointed. I can always build a new lab ship destiny forever.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Show you what is possible.
Oh! It's Mesa!
That's not a Tenno. That's a hollow Warframe being puppeted by infested flesh. Put it out of its misery.
Yeah, 10 steps ahead of you, Lotus.
Hello, bud.
Oh. Hey, buddy. Do you want to do the anniversary mission?
Yeah, we can do that. Just let me get out of this mission real quick.
Yeah. I tried to type code Flynn in the market and it didn't do anything.
iFlynn, probably.
Oh my god.
It used to be so easy to get a glyph, and now it's like apparently super hard.
Like to get a glyph or to just get in the creator program? Because they're kind
I
of.
don't know. I think both.
If you're in the if you're in the creator program, then you automatically get a glyph, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe someday. I mean, I'm not even LR5 yet, so it's like.
Yeah, I guess
Do
that's it, bud.
Do I really deserve it?
Yeah. So what even is this?
I don't know.
I guess we'll
But-
find out.
It gives me a weapon. That's all I care about.
What weapon does it give us?
Dex Cyberus? Is your pet just named after what it is?
Yeah, man. Like, there's too much shit in this game. I can't remember anything anymore. It's like everybody asks me, like, what are you running? What are you running? I'm like, I don't know, guys. It's called Jeff.
I know. I think it's. I think Nightmare Frame names a lot of his guns after Destiny exotics, right?
Bro, my head explodes. Sometimes I get questions like, yo, I seen this streamer using I don't know, was it Cloud Strike? I don't know, like name some random Destiny exotic.
Yeah, Cloud Strike's
and then they're like,
exotic.
where do I get that? And I'm like, bro, try a different game.
And you're like, dude, what is Cloud Strike?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, how do I get Cloud Strike? All right, step 1 is to purchase and install Destiny 2. I have a guy in my Twitch chat right now apparently begging me to help to unban his Warframe account.
Oh god, I had a guy like that literally. When did I get raided last week?
Like, Flynn, please unban me. I had that yesterday with Destiny, actually. They were in my Discord server, and they pinged me, and they were like, said like, at Mac, would it be possible for us to hop in voice chat for a second? I was like, can you just tell me why we need to hop into voice chat? And they were like, yeah, my Destiny account got banned. What do you want me to do about that? They're like, can you get it unbanned? And I was like, do you think I work for Bungie? Like, what?
Like, I don't think I would mind going to bat for somebody if, like, they actually, like, falsely got banned, right? But it's like every single time that somebody's, like, approached me and been like, yo, I was banned, like, the first question I ask is, oh, what did you do?
Yeah, they're like, I cheated,
something.
but I learned my lesson, I promise.
Yeah, the guy last week came in, he's like, I told someone to do something awful to themselves.
Yeah.
I got banned. I got banned for 10 years. That's pretty harsh. I wasn't even racist. Is basically what they said. And I was just like, bro, like, you have to be a teenager. And he's like, no, I'm not. And I'm like, well, that makes it even worse.
You don't get it, Flynn. They weren't even racist. Accounts don't just like randomly get. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're banned, you should have some idea of like you're saying, maybe you did get unjustly banned, right? But like, if you're banned, you should be able to be like, guess at what caused it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So like if you're an endurance player, you're like, I got banned, and you're like, why'd you get banned? And they're like, I don't know, I didn't do anything wrong, but if I had to guess, this is probably the most likely thing that would have caused it, right? And so whenever someone comes in, they're like, I got banned, help me. And I'm like, okay, well, why did you get banned? And they say, I did absolutely nothing. Not a single thing. That just automatically tells me that they're just not telling me what they did then. You're telling me your account got banned and there's not you can't think of a single possible like reason as to why it might have happened. After my account was banned, I immediately contacted customer service, but they didn't give me a reason for the ban and only ever asked me for information related to my account. Okay, well, you should...
How long has the ticket been open for?
You should probably give them the information that they're asking for.
Yeah. They're not going to let you back into the game if you don't work with them.
Hey, I got banned unfairly. Okay, what's your account name? I'm not telling you. What else do I need to do? I got that weapon, so we're chilling there. Oh, I did have to do a cooler bow run.
Yeah, we can do it.
Should we pull 2 other handsome individuals?
Sure. How's your experience been like making Warframe content for the YouTube side? Like, how's your, I guess, audience take into it? Because like you're coming from Destiny, right? Have you noticed like the Warframe videos do better? Comment section, positive, negative? Like, what's your experience?
There's been waves. So like day 1, I think it's important to recognize the reason I started making content in Warframe in the first place is because Destiny was in like a bad spot. Not only was like I looking for something else to play and make content on, so was like every other Destiny player was also looking for something to play because like they were not vibing with Destiny right then and there. A lot of Destiny players like kind of naturally came over to Warframe with me when they saw me making a lot of Warframe videos, and they also started up. But then also at the same time, and I didn't know this beforehand, but like it felt like every single Warframe player that existed was also watching my Warframe stuff because they were like, ooh, new player. I now realize it's a huge portion of that is because Warframe players really love to like re-experience a lot of the key plot points in the game by living vicariously through the newer players, which I totally understand. Like as someone who's gone through all that now, like I'd be like, I borderline like want to like try and get my wife to start playing it just so I can watch her like do all the main quests and stuff like that, and do Second Dream and do New War and stuff like that, just so I can watch and feel like I'm like re-experiencing it again myself. So at the very beginning, things were like extremely positive, nothing but positive. And then I would say after like probably a couple weeks, once I started to get into like my grind phase, where I was like, ooh, I really want to like unlock every single thing, hit LR4, quote unquote 100% the game, if that makes sense. I love playing games like that. Like I'm a big like collector.
Yeah.
So like when I go into the profile tab and I see blank
500 weapons. Yeah,
when I see blank out of 756, like all I want to do is like my #1 main objective for the game is to get 756 out of 756.
You were a Pokemon kid, weren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so when I started getting into that era, I noticed I started getting a lot more negativity. Not that it was like overwhelmingly negative. I would say it was probably like for every like 10 positive comments, there was one like extremely negative one. Which is basically something along the lines of like, oh, he's getting hard carried. Oh, he's not a real Warframe player. He doesn't actually, like, he's not a part of the community. He's ruining the game for others and like all that kind of stuff basically. And like, I mean, I certainly got gifted a ton of stuff, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I didn't. I tried to like stay
as legit as possible.
as I could, right? I mean, and I wanted to keep gifts on because day one of like of Warframe, right? I actually asked that question. I was like, should I turn gifts off, guys? Like, is this like not, is this bad? Is this going to ruin my experience with the game? And everyone told me it's like, no, like, this is Warframe. Like, veteran players gifting newer players, like, that's what Warframe's all about. We love doing this. Obviously, as a streamer, I'm going to experience that to a much higher degree than, like, a typical player.
Exactly.
Early on, when people would, like, gift me, like, a straight-up frame or a straight-up weapon, everyone in the chat was like, ooh, no, don't do that, don't do that. Like,
Yeah.
like telling each other don't do those gifts.
Don't
And so I
use it
learned...
until you grind it out, right? You said that to me like really early on. Like if you
Yeah.
bought something, you didn't use it until you grinded it.
So someone gifted me Ash because Ash is like a massive pain to get. And so I put on Ash and I started using it because I had, like, that was like a couple hours in. Like, I didn't even know. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to have it. And so I was playing with Ash and a bunch of people were like, wait, how does he have Ash? And that is when chat was like, hey, just, you know, recommending, like, keep gifts on, but don't like use frames that get gifted to you because that kind of like the entire game's gonna get gifted to you and you're gonna have nothing to grind, right? But yeah, I basically, it got to a point where like when I was like streaming, because I was streaming it every single day, probably like 8 to 12 hours a day, just grinding, playing with chat, doing all the different activities, doing all like everything there was to do, doing all the quests, grinding all the frames, like grinding out rep, doing mining, doing fishing, like literally everything that there was to do in the game other than PvP. And every like 10 to 15 minutes I would get some like first time chatter popping in chat, trying to derail the whole vibe and like same sentiment, right? Like, oh, is this the guy that's getting carried through everything? Normally I like you just ban and move on, but like it started to get to the point where like I couldn't even have like a conversation about any Warframe topic without people just being like, oh, well, you're not allowed to have an opinion on this because you're not an actual Warframe player.
There is a lot of that in this community, unfortunately.
So like I was talking about,
the thing is, it happens behind the scenes quite a bit as well. It's like people will talk shit like behind the scenes instead of like, you know, actually trying to have a conversation about something.
I noticed it the biggest. I literally remember where I was doing relics. I was on Lua, and I was talking. People were asking me, they were like, Mac, how's the, like, is Warframe a good game to get into? Like, how's the new player experience? And I think it's important to like know that like my perspective comes from someone. Like, I'm a Destiny player. Like, I come from Destiny, right? And Destiny notoriously has one of the worst new player experiences in any game out right now. Like, it's horrible. And so, like, coming from that, obviously I knew that, like, there were areas where it was different for me. Like, for example, like, I got gifted a lot of slots, so I didn't have to, like, understand the burden of having to make the decision between, do I pay money to get more slots, or do I have to, like, delete old Warframes to make room for new ones, or do I have to grind out relics to get flat items so I can sell to get flat so I can buy slots. I totally get that. But like, I was trying to tell people, like, I was like, dude, Warframe new player experience is pretty solid. Like, the game does a pretty darn good job of explaining a lot of things to you. And I like Warframe a lot, and I think it's a game worth playing. And so what I was trying to do was, like, I was trying to, like, get people onto Warframe. Destiny was in a rough spot. A lot of people were looking for a new game to play at the current moment, or another game to add to their arsenal. So I was trying to, like, I found that in Warframe as like my, I don't want to say like Destiny substitute because I don't like love the idea that like you have to pick one game, but like you get what I mean. Like it was my game for the moment. That's the game I was vibing on. And a lot of people like who had been playing Destiny for years and years and years and years, they needed a game of the moment because like Destiny wasn't filling that for them anymore. And so I was trying to hype up Warframe as someone who come from Destiny. Like I was having a blast on it. Anyone who asked me that, I was like, yeah, Warframe's amazing. New player experience is great. And like it got to the point where I just like couldn't talk about that in stream without having like a ton of people just being like, no, you don't get to say that. You don't know what the Warframe new player experience is like. You're a streamer. You haven't actually experienced the new player experience. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, I was sitting there, I was like, guys, I'm trying to tell them that the game is good so that more people play the game, so that DE makes more money, and so that they can make more content. Like, let me stop. Like, the game's good. Like, let me tell them the game is good. And so eventually it got to the point where like I stopped playing it on stream for like a month just because I got like fed up. I just like, it sucked. I played it off stream. I did a ton of my grinding off stream, which is like really unfortunate. But like, I mean, and I know like, oh, just have thicker skin, and oh, just ignore the haters, and like, even if you have 10 people coming to you every day saying that you look nice, if you have one dude walks up and hucks a tomato into your face every day, like eventually you're gonna get like, eventually you're gonna get like pretty over the guy hucking a tomato at your face, and you're gonna be like, okay, bro, like and you're gonna stop going to the location where the tomato hucker lives. And like I tried to kind of ignore it and let it die down, but like eventually I got to the point where I realized like, okay, I just need to like bounce for a minute.
I've been through my fair share of like drama within the Warframe community, but it's less with the actual community members, because that type of stuff, it kind of rules off of me. Like Rain, it's like it's so whatever, man. It's like I know that I'm gonna get shit for things.
The most frustrating part of it for me was like all the narratives going around of like that, like there were just things going around that like just weren't true. Like that was probably the like most frustrating part for me. It was like I would have people coming in like, oh, it's the guy who got gifted all the weapons and all the frames, and he never and I'm like, wait, where, what? Like if you want to not like me or like be mad at me, like that's okay, I guess. But like, I mean, I prefer you didn't. But like, can it at least be over something that's like objectively like an objective reality? I was told, I showed up and people were like, this is the most helpful community ever anywhere in all of gaming. We love helping each other. We love taking baby Tenno. We love raising them. We love gifting them stuff. We love giving them advice. We love helping them. We love, I'll accept this help. Like that's incredible. And then when I accepted the help, it was like, oh, he's not a real player. Like, oh, he's, and I was just like, there was just like, I had this like whiplash where I was like, wait, what? Like, wait, hold up. No, why are you yelling at me? Like you told me to. I was like, wait, hold up. You told me to.
What did I do wrong? Yeah.
What happened?
If you were to have a conversation with the developers, right? Like just a sit down and a little talk with them, they would probably tell you like there isn't really any place in this game for the community for like that super like elitist behavior. And that's something that I've noticed with we were talking about the Warframe partner program, right? The Warframe partner program, it used to be like you hit this metric and you're in, right? So it was very open. Anyone that just put in a little bit of effort on their YouTube or their Twitch or whatever, they hit a certain number, they're in the partner program, they got accepted in. But they did away with that because there was, you know, some drama between content creators and stuff like that. And what I've noticed is that the more elitist you come across as a content creator, like you're like, oh, you shouldn't use this, you should use this, you know what I mean? And you sort of like take the piss out of people who use something, like a mod that you don't agree with, basically. Those are the people that don't get the same opportunities that you or I would get. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like you what you mean is like Digital Extremes is like very good about making sure that they hold relationships and extend opportunities and work with creators that embody the values that they want to see.
Yeah, exactly.
Like raised up in their communities, which like absolutely like the number one thing that has like kept me around Warframe despite all that stuff. And obviously I'm not gonna name names, and like obviously they can't like do this kind of stuff publicly. I had people from DE like DMing me when this stuff was like getting at its worst. Like, we're so sorry that like this is going on. Like, this is not what the community is about. Like we do, like we are not. Like this is nonsense. Like what's going on?
They have done like stuff like that before though. Not on the Play Warframe Twitter account, but
like on their personals. Yeah.
Yeah. If there's someone in the community that is just being rude or mean and they're doing it on a repeat, you know, they don't come out and they don't like boycott. It's just sort of like you'll do better. You know what I mean? Like, they are good people.
The fact that they even like reach out to me, period, like out of concern, I was like, wow. And it helped a lot too, because like when you're in the thick of like everyone telling you that like you're not welcome and you don't belong, and dude, the one that was the worst was like go back to Destiny where you belong. I was like, bro, like I just want to play the game, man. I'm having fun.
I mean, like from my perspective, yourself and Az, like the two of you streaming this game and making the YouTube videos for this game, you guys are definitely having an impact because like I can see it in my own YouTube analytics. Like as soon as you guys started, like, I basically have not been doing anything on YouTube apart from my recent like up-to-date guide, which is already outdated by the way, thanks to you. They always do this, bro. I think they sit and they wait. They're like,
For the
okay,
iFlynn video, and then they're like, all right, let's change it.
They're waiting, and they're like, okay, what did he complain about this year? All right, change that. Yeah, like I don't really do much on the YouTube side of things right now, and even I seen like a big jump in like the amount of people like consuming like the new player content, you know? So
Yeah, it's a really good game. Like that's all, and I think Astacross would tell you the same thing. That like at the end of the day, like we care a lot about our communities, and we want our communities to like enjoy the games that they're playing. When we see a game like Warframe where we're like, my God, this is like crazy fun, we want everyone else to also play it and experience that same fun. Are we hitting LR5 day one?
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm 36.4k away right now, so I'm thinking Temple gives me 6.
I'm 18k.
And then, well, you're better than me, so. All right, cool. We'll run it up on Wednesday.
Yeah, man.
All right.
I'll be
Sounds
here.
good, buddy. Good to chat.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later then.
Good to see you. Boys, that Flynn's a good dude. I'll tell y'all what. He's a good dude.